Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the AV Club. If this is your first time joining, cool. Thank you so much. I don't have anything to give you, but I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support from people who have listened to more than one or even just one. But yeah, I really appreciate it. My guest today goes by Laced and Found. Jay Rivera is his government name. Super nice guy, super chill guy. Cool beard, a lot of tats. Him and his lady came in the studio. It was a fun time, man. We went over a lot of stuff. I didn't know anything about this guy other than the fact that he is a graffiti artist. Essentially what this guy does is he does graffiti murals or just any sort of commissioned graffiti work, man. He'll do anything from sides of buildings. He's done pizza joints. He's done a coffee truck. You really have to hit up this guy's Instagram. He's got cool content, and his artwork just speaks for itself. And I said that a bunch of times in the episode, but yeah, I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, I did mess up a little bit on the video aspect. So if you happen to be watching, no judgment here, okay? Please don't judge. I'm trying to do some new and improved things with this podcast. I'm trying to improve it, not just I want it to be consistent, but I also want it to be creative. And so I'm still trying to find that niche of mine. And so, yeah, enjoy the episode. I think you will really like it. So thank you guys and enjoy.
Sweet.
We're rolling. Camera's on.
Heyo.
Mic's on. What's up, brother? How you been?
Nothing much, man. Just staying busy and doing what we do.
Y'all are staying busy. I'm seeing your Instagram, which is, by the way, your Instagram is great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you have a good Instagram. I'm not good at it, dude. I'm supposed to be good. I'm like, young and like it's supposed to be my generation's thing, and I suck at it.
I've just gotten used to it. Like I had Facebook, and then once we got off with Laced and Found, and I just stuck to Instagram for everything, and then I tried Facebook again, and I was just lost. So
yeah,
there's people out there who are masterminds at Facebook and suck at Instagram, and I'm vice versa.
Yeah, it's crazy because Facebook is the business we worked at before in like Marble Falls before we moved over here. It's like Facebook is like there was like their bread and butter. Like that's how a lot of their business became generated and stuff. So it's like you just have to know how to use it, I guess. I don't even know. People learn on their own too, which is pretty impressive, honestly, because there's a lot that goes into it that you just if you don't have a book or nobody tells you, then like I don't know how you figure that out.
And they started asking for my face as like a not social. I'm over here saying social security as a security thing. Yeah, and it's like every time I sent them my face, they wouldn't recognize me, so I just stopped. Oh, okay. It was stupid. It's too much.
So you're from New York, right? The Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me hear a little bit about that because I have no idea about. I've only been in Texas. I've lived here all my life. I've been like out of state, never anywhere east. So, like East Coast. Mm-hmm. How was that growing up over there?
Man, growing up in the Bronx, I grew up in the South Bronx, and I definitely, and it's funny because me and Ricky, my wife, we've been like watching a lot of like documentaries and catching up on these crazy shows, and it's insane how like when the crack epidemic came around in the 1980s, you had two major cities that were being affected by it. So you had Los Angeles and you had New York. Yeah, and it's crazy how our cultures are so different, but so same in the same manner. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the West Coast had everything they did, and they had the violence and everything, but the way we were in New York was different, but we had the same issues. So I mean, growing up during the 80s with the crack epidemic and everything, it was pretty bad. I mean, I know people see what they see in TVs and stuff, but I mean, living there was a little bit different. There was a lot going on. I mean, a lot of people getting shot and killed and robberies. And I mean, there wasn't much you could do without something happening in a single day, Yeah. So I lost my father to Sherry needles. He was a heroin addict. I don't know if he did crack. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, and he died when I was 6, and so he contracted AIDS. Okay. And but he was always in and out of prison too. Like he was a prime, example that fell into that whole crack thing. Yeah. In the 80s, it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was. So
you were directly affected. That's nuts. Mm-hmm. It's crazy the similarities that you bring that up because you obviously know that, right? Like LA and New York are different, but now that you bring up the similarities, I'm kind of thinking about it. That's strange. They have
Yeah,
the same
for real.
issues, but just in different ways. Like they
Yeah,
just go about
and
it.
I mean we've been watching a pretty good show now. It's called Snowfall, and it's about crack when it hit
Yeah.
like in the very beginning in Los Angeles, and I mean just watching that and just seeing how that thing took over is it's pretty crazy.
Pretty
You know,
wild.
like we always talk about like some you see like heroin addicts or whatever addicts, especially throughout Austin. And like
Yeah.
Ricky always makes a good example, and then she says that like these people who became these addicts and fell into the crack, heroin, whatever drug that they're doing, they already knew what it does to other people,
Yeah.
but somehow they thought that it wasn't going to affect them the same way,
Right.
So and it's crazy how it's just a repeated cycle.
It's like the lottery, right?
Yeah.
You buy a ticket, you're like, oh, I'm the one.
Yeah.
When it's like, no, you're not.
Nope.
Everybody
You are
thinks
not.
that. Yeah.
No. And man, it's just crazy. Like you see these people and like, I mean, it's a sickness, but it's not something that like you get diagnosed with. You know what I'm saying? Like you made the choice to fall into that.
Right.
And like, I mean, I feel sorry. I can feel sympathetic to them, but like on the other note, like I don't feel like I should run out of my way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
just like I saw my dad put my entire family through that kind of stuff, and it's crazy that it was all a choice. You know,
Right.
like nobody put that needle in his arm. You know, it was all
Yeah.
a choice. So
Damn.
it was
That's
pretty.
real, man. That's
Yeah.
the deepest we got on this show, man. We're getting into it already. So how did that lead into what you're doing now? Actually, first of all, you were in the military too, right?
Yeah.
So then how did that come about? Is it because you kind of saw that unstructuredness with your father and you kind of wanted that structure, or is it something totally different?
No,
No,
totally
shaking their head.
different.
Shaking their head.
Totally different. There is, I'll be honest with you, man. Even growing up in the South Bronx, I wasn't, especially in the 80s, like I said, the crack epidemic. So it's like, I think it's a little bit different now. Like this generation, I feel like people really go more out of their way to try and point somebody in a good direction. You know, hey, Aaron, do this, man. This would be good for you. It wasn't like that in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? People
Right.
were just surviving.
Yeah.
You know, so like when I went into the military, a lot of people do ask that question, like, "Oh, wow, so what burned inside of you? What was the passion to join? Like, did you see things going on and you wanted to be a part of it?" I was like, "No."
Yeah.
Like there was no patriotic bone in me.
Right.
And you know, when I was a teenager growing up in the Bronx, you know, so it's like and so growing up then, like there was nothing in me that was pushing me towards the military.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a drive or anything like that. So the story, which I've told like 1,000
Right.
times,
Yeah, I
I'm pretty
bet.
sure Ricky knows it by word too. And so basically, I grew up with a friend named Danny, and we knew each other since about 7th grade. And he had a childhood girlfriend. They were together throughout high school and everything.
Dang.
So senior year comes around, and they get pregnant. You know, so this is a few months after we graduated from high school. I wasn't doing much. That's a whole nother story too. But I wasn't doing much, and so he calls me up and he says, "Hey, you know, like, Lovey's pregnant, bro. So I'm going into the Army. Like, you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Fuck no, I don't want to go with you. The fuck I want to go with you to the Army, you know?" So then I hang up the phone and my grandmother comes out and she goes, "Who was that on the phone?" I said, "It was Danny." She says, "What did he want?" And I said, "He wants me to go with him to the Army." And she's like, go with him. And I was like, "Fine then, I'll go." And that was it.
That's it?
Literally, man, that was it. I went into the Army. I didn't even know what to join under. I didn't know any of that stuff. We went to a recruiter.
Yeah.
And he showed us all the cool stuff, all the Ranger and Special
Right,
Forces stuff.
right.
He's like, "You guys can go out and shoot and play with guns and all this stuff." I said, "All right, cool, I'll do that one." Needless to say, it's the worst job in the military.
Yeah.
It's infantry. And so that's what I came into the military under,
Yeah.
19 years old. Yeah.
Wow. And how long were you in the Army?
I was in the Army until 2015.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so I ended up retiring a little close to 18 years in. And
Wow.
that was a medical retirement.
Okay.
You know, like from the combat stuff and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So that's when I retired in 2015.
So what happened? You got like, just, what is the medical thing? Like,
So the medical thing, basically, it comes around with like soldiers who've been in the military for a while now, and especially if you go off to combat, I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of job you have. Everybody goes through their own kind of trauma. So, yeah, I used to fuck with a lot of people if they came out and they said, oh, I got PTSD, and I found out that they worked in the office, and I'm like, you never even saw combat. But, as time went on, you start gaining the knowledge that, trauma affects everybody differently. So the guy in the office who a bomb hits a mile away and he scares shitless from it, it could affect him the same way it would me if I was right up on that bomb.
Right.
So everybody suffers trauma different, and so I don't really pick on those people no more.
Yeah.
I mean, if I know them personally, I'm gonna fuck with them all day. But so a lot of that kind of stuff comes about from things that I saw in Iraq, things I went through in Iraq, and I didn't even know that anything was wrong with me. Everything kind of just started coming out as I was asking questions, but I had went to Ranger School in 2013, something like that. And so my last deployment, my last time back from Iraq was 2010. When I got back in 2010, for 3 years, I didn't do anything combat related. I had a lot of different office jobs and stuff like that. And then 2013 was the first time in 3 years since I got back from Iraq that I went and did some combat training in Ranger School. And my third day into it, I had a panic attack, and it was a disabling one. So basically, I couldn't move, I couldn't see, I couldn't hear, or nothing.
Oh, wow.
So they brought out the chaplain, and they brought all these medical people, and then they sent me home. And when they sent me home, they sent me to mental health. And when I went to mental health, they started asking me a bunch of questions, and it led them to diagnosing me with PTSD. At that time. Yeah. And then everything else just started coming about as you're going through, like, these medical boards and stuff like that. And I always thought the ringing in my ear, I thought it was just natural. I thought everybody was hearing it.
Right.
So then I come to find out that it was tinnitus that I have in my hearing. Yeah. And then the tinnitus led them to do tests for traumatic brain injury. Excuse me. And then I got diagnosed with that too. So they were just going, checking off the blocks, and I had most of it. Yeah. So it pushed me towards an early retirement. And that's what I ended up doing. And
how old were you when you retired?
Okay, so 2015, this was almost 5-6 years ago. I'm 40, I'm going on 43, so I was about 36, 37.
Okay. So would you still be in if you hadn't got discharged, you think?
At this point, I probably would have already been retired.
Okay.
Because I was pushing on my 20 anyway.
Oh, so 20 is when you retire. Okay.
Well, most people. I mean, you could stay in if you want.
Right.
Shit, most of us are tired by then, man. Yeah. 20 years doing something like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine, bro. That's crazy. So, man, did you like it enough to stay in, or did you just was your mind like, oh, I just don't know anything else? So
the thing with the military was, and a lot of people see it now. I got a good friend, Grito. He does tattoos, and he's also a graffiti artist. And we were talking the other day about different kind of stuff. With some of the benefits that you end up earning after you retire.
Right.
And for one, disabled veterans don't have to pay property taxes. So I had told him that one. I said, I pay 0 in property taxes. He was like, shit, man, I did it all wrong, So it's like, I liked it enough that it was I could put up with it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
Right.
But it was also taking care of my family at the time, So healthcare was a big thing. Having a steady paycheck was a major thing.
Huge.
So that kind of security kept me in.
Right.
And then, a lot of guys know, once you start gaining some rank in the military, it becomes easier.
It gets a little,
the people you see getting yelled at are the people who are not sergeants.
Right.
But once you get sergeant, everybody kind of lays off a lot more. Then, you still got to deal with some really higher up people like sergeant majors and first sergeants and stuff like that.
Right.
But people within your own ranks that you work with every day, even if they're higher ranking than you, you don't have to deal with it.
It's just like a normal job at that point.
It's just like a normal job at that point. You're just so, not influenced, but you're just so used to it.
Right.
And everything like that.
Yeah.
So it definitely, it was just easy to keep doing.
Yeah. So throughout this period, were you doing graffiti or
I was always tagged. Okay, so when I was in the military, I was still tagging stuff on my books, Obviously, I can't go out and hit up any walls or anything like that. But as far as art-wise, doing murals, I hadn't done nothing.
Right.
Not one. It wasn't until after I retired in 2015, I started to try and find a hobby because now I didn't have to work or anything like that. You know, I'm fully retired, and so started like getting back into like making shirts, and that's how. And then I was like, I'm a big shoe fanatic, so like I was getting sneakers, and I would get like 2 of them at a time from a Foot Locker, like a good release, and I would flip them. So I would be a reseller,
Right.
And that's how Laced and Found actually started.
Okay.
So instead of Lost and Found, it was Laced and Found for sneakers. And so around 2017, I was talking to my boy at the gym, and I told him, I said, hey, man, you know, I'm thinking about getting back into like my graffiti and like doing some murals. I had done a couple of canvases and some small little pieces, but nothing big. And so he says that a friend of his in Killeen was opening up a gym, and he was looking for a graffiti artist. So I went and I visited with the guy, and he, you know, he wanted us to do the wall. So I did the wall for him. And then from there, we just, the next door neighbor guy was like, hey, can you paint these letters or redo these letters on my business? So yeah, and then it went from there to across the street to some Filipino store, and they wanted it. So then it just kept going.
Yeah. It seems as if like a lot of your advertising is word of mouth, right? Besides your Instagram.
All of it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's funny because I was just updating the Google thing today, but like, as far as like promoting ads, I never really did it. I'm not really into the whole marketing kind of world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instagram is just too easy.
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to just post something and caption it, and that's it. And that, it just kind of went word of mouth from there. You know, so.
Which is dope because like it's an art, right? And so I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like basically in the world of like art, photos, video, graffiti, whatever it is, you almost can't advertise for it because people are specifically looking for what you have. People appreciate certain art, like your graffiti. One person may love it, one person may not be a fan of it, right? And so the person who's not a fan isn't gonna approach you for it. But if this person sees it, they're gonna like headhunt you. They're like, I like your style and your style only.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for it. And that's kind of how it is throughout all like the art. Like even with videos, a little different because you can have like corporate headshots or corporate videos of just them talking about their business. Super simple. But like the more creative world of it is like more of a specific, and you kind of have to cater to certain people who like your style.
Yeah, you definitely have to make it your own.
Yeah. And so not everybody likes that, which is cool because you guys have. I was creeping through your Instagram, bro, and dude, you've gotten so much better in like I don't even know how much time. It didn't even look like it was that much time, but like you see one of your murals and then you see another and you're like, whoa, like that's better. And then you see the next and it's like, holy crap, it's getting even better than that. And it's like you're just always improving. I really admire that, which is dope. Y'all are grinding though. Y'all are out there all the time, which is cool because it's like really. I grew up in Texas my whole life. Like I don't ever see graffiti unless it's like, you know, just like on a train or like a bridge.
Yeah.
But like it's cool that people are like hitting you guys up and commissioning these pieces from you and like paying you the money you deserve, and like it's so dope. It's cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things too that I think we definitely like is that we've been to towns where there's like no graffiti. Like we painted a mural in Lexington, Texas. I mean, the population there must be like 1,500 or something. It was small,
right?
But the lady found us, you know, through some more word of mouth.
Yep.
And so we went out there and we did a mural, like, you know, for the city. And man, that was little things like that are pretty dope. Like we going, like, I mean, next week we're going into McAllen, Texas again. It'll be our second time going down there. But McAllen is like a border town, and like you drive down there. I don't know if you've ever been that far south, but I honestly thought we were gonna be like in the boondies, man, just like farmlands. But when we showed up, man, it was like a bougie city. Like,
wow!
Like it was actually beautiful. Like brand new businesses. Like it was pretty cool being down there. So I mean, the traveling part of what we do is always fun too.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Getting to see these different places.
You guys are so the way that we became like aware of you guys' work is it was when Kobe died, man. Kobe died. Daniel was like, man, we got to do something like to kind of like commemorate, to honor this guy, because I looked up to him my whole life, and so we found your mural. It was on Austin on Guadalupe, right behind that. What was that? Was that a restaurant?
It was Sushi High Restaurant.
Sushi,
They're closed now, But I think I don't know if they closed the business. I think they just moved locations.
Okay.
And so that location is super vacant now. Like, I mean,
Dang.
it's all tagged up, but I mean, nobody's touched the mural though.
That's cool.
The mural's still doing good.
Yeah, that's how we found you essentially. It's like we went up to it, we were taking our photos of it, and Daniel saw your tag, your name on it, and so he's like, man, I'm gonna look this guy up, see if I can hit him up for some like, see if we can collab or do some sort of work, and like the rest is history, bro. You guys, and like I didn't know this until looking up your Instagram and like him finding you and connecting with you, but you have artwork all over Austin, which is so dope.
That's good. Yeah, I know, man. We've it's funny because like we had a magazine article hit us up. I think it was last week, and they were like, hey, can you tell us the locations of your murals that are in Austin? And I was like, fuck, I don't even know the addresses myself. And so I was able to track a few of them down, but I think I tend to forget because we paint so much.
Yeah.
I forget about some murals that were in Austin, like, but then occasionally I'll have somebody tag me in it.
Right.
I'm like, oh snap, I remember that. Like,
so that's so cool, man. It's like, it's dope because you're making like an impact on the city. Cause like whatever it is you paint on there, you graffiti on there. It's like somebody's looking up to that person that you normally draw. And like normally it's people, right? Normally it's like you have some Ice Cube. Was it Snoop on that one too?
No, there was a different wall.
Two different ones?
Yeah, two different walls. The Ice Cube has been painted over though now.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus is on it.
Can't argue with that, I guess. I guess you can't argue with that one. Jesus. I'm sure Jesus would like Ice Cube though,
Yeah,
I'm sure he would like.
They're chilling now. They're right on top of each other. So.
But yeah, man, it's so cool to see, like, just especially since you're local. Mm-hmm. How long have you been in Texas? Like, when would you?
So off and on, I've been in Texas now since 2006.
Okay.
I was still in the military. Yeah, I went from California to Texas, and I was stationed in Texas from 2006 to 2012. And then I left to South Korea, then to Fort Drum, New York. And then when I retired, I came back here. So I was gone from Texas for about 3 years in between that time, but steady since 2015, been here.
You like, why'd you come back to Texas instead of New York or California? Or
I learned a lot when I was here from 2006 to 2012.
Yeah.
At that point, I knew that I was going to end up retiring from the military, but it came down to choosing where to retire. I knew I wasn't going back to New York. I mean, once you start living in a home and you park in your own driveway and you walk 10 steps and you're in the house, you're not going back to living in an apartment building where you got to walk 10 minutes to get to your house.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that was definitely, I already knew I wasn't going back there.
Yeah.
The only places that I had lived in prior to that was outside of New York. It was Fort Hood, Texas, and then Fort Irwin, California. Fort Irwin, not even Fort Irwin, the area, but just California in general is stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Like this house here would be like 6 million in Cali, so it's ridiculous. And it's the same thing for New York.
Yeah.
Like New York, a house this size is ridiculously expensive.
I don't even know where it has to be on the outskirts, obviously, but like I mean,
well, you got New York, so a lot of people get it confused too. Like
I've never been.
Yeah, you got New York State, and then you got New York City.
Okay.
So if you took an entire state, New York City maybe makes up for like maybe 25% of the entire state.
Oh wow.
So once you leave New York City, it'll take you from New York City to the top of New York State. It's about a 6-hour drive.
Wow.
So you have all this state that heads north of New York City. And that's where a lot of people, have the bigger houses.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. So that's what most people end up doing if they live in New York for a while. Yeah. But the crazy part is that in order to do that and be able to maintain the income to pay for a house that expensive, you have to work in the city. So, I got buddies who drive 2 hours to work. Dang. One way. So you're talking 4 hours every day driving just so they could live in a house. So, look, Texas was an easy choice.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
Super easy.
You guys ever go back and visit? Like, have you been in a while or like?
Yeah, me and Ricky were actually out there in October, and we went to Jersey City to go paint another Kobe mural. Oh, dang. And so we went out there, we painted another Kobe and Gigi mural, and we rented a car, and we were definitely gonna go into the city, go visit my family, and go into the Bronx. And
most of your family still up there?
Yeah. Oh, everybody.
Oh, that's good.
Everybody. I mean, I got a cousin who lives right outside of Dallas, and then that's it. Everybody else is in New York.
New York. Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. You got So when did you guys start doing your artwork together? Like, I know because you recently got engaged, right?
We're married now.
Married.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we're married.
Okay.
We didn't have enough friends to invite to a big old wedding.
Bullshit.
But
You're too old for all that.
I mean, we do a lot together, man. Like we like to travel. We like to get out. We like to do all these different things, and I mean, the marriage part is definitely it was for us.
Yeah.
So I mean, we don't shame anybody for having like big old weddings and stuff like that. But when you're talking, let's just even say on a minimal level, you're looking at $10,000. I mean, it's a pretty easy choice. I mean, if it's just about me and her, then yeah, we're gonna use that in travel and go do things. But we had some close friends there. We had her parents there, and it was a beautiful weekend.
That's cool.
We went out to Vegas and we got married.
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Vegas. Love Vegas.
That's cool, man. My grandma lives out in Vegas, so we go out there every now and then.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Do you go to the Strip?
Cool. Yeah. It's cool. It's a little different going with my parents, but we're gonna have to take a trip without them sometime. Yeah.
I think we went 4 times last year.
Oh,
No,
dang.
we went
Three.
Are you sure? We keep going back and forth on this 3 and 4. I think it was 4, but we'll let her say 3.
That's you guys went too many times. You guys lost a little bit of memory over there, huh?
I
can't even remember the third
all the time. I mean, if you don't forget something about Vegas, you haven't done Vegas. So
you got to leave a piece of you there every time you go.
Vegas is a lot of fun though, and we're going back again in September, right?
You're like, we're going back again next week.
September. Look, man, you know what? That's the thing. Again, me and her don't have nothing that really ties us down.
Yeah.
We got 2 girls at home, 16 and 11, and then got an 18-year-old who lives close by too. So when it comes to them watching out for each other and let us travel, we're all good to go.
Yeah.
And so everybody's taken care of. So we have that freedom to travel. And
that's dope.
If we want to go do Vegas for one night, we'll go.
Yeah.
If we want to do it for a week, we'll go.
That's so cool.
And so, yeah.
That's the goal, man. So when it comes to like specific pieces, like, do you guys have a favorite mural that you've done, or like even I saw recently you did that truck? Was that
the coffee truck that we did yesterday?
Truck.
Yeah.
You guys have a favorite piece of work you've done up to this point?
I like the Trano wall.
I like the Ice Cube.
Ice Cube was always. I think that would be my favorite too. Ice Cube. Yeah, the Ice Cube was a good piece, and then the Trano Pizzeria wall, which was the first project that Daniel actually filmed for us.
Yeah.
That was another very fun project. We also did a fun project with Urban Farm.
Yeah.
What it was called
Urban Farm. I saw that one on your Instagram where I was creeping. Yeah.
With all the green, the lobby.
Loved it.
Those colors were. They were all really, really good, But to go back on your question though, like how did we start putting together?
Yeah.
So I did probably maybe 2 or 3 murals, and then Ricky would just show up and hang out with me while I painted, and then it got to the point where she started noticing what I was doing, like which caps I was switching to. My process on how I was painting. Then it came to a point where she would start passing me different caps or cans that I needed. And then from there went on to showing her how to color. So she started learning how to do the coloring. Then from there, we just ended up becoming a team.
Yeah.
And so like when we show up on sites somewhere, like she'll go straight into taping, I'll go straight into like doing the numbers and the grid scale.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I start sketching and she sees a part that she can start coloring, she's right there too. So
that's so cool.
A lot of people wonder how we finish these murals so fast, and it's on 1,000%. It's because both of us have such a system that we do.
That's cool.
And
seamless
I mean,
system.
projects just go.
Yeah, because y'all
very
finish
smooth.
fast.
Yeah. Very
Which is
rarely
cool.
are we on a project for longer than a day. I mean, obviously, Trano was 22
Huge.
feet by like 70 feet wide, so
Yeah.
that one took us 4 days. But yeah, that's probably one of the biggest credits that we get from people is that the work always comes out clean and then it's done quick.
Yeah.
You know, so
Which is it's insane, man. So your strategy, I've seen you kind of do it a little bit. Is it like a secret or is it like a well-known thing in like the graffiti world? Like people do it like
grid
that?
scale?
Yeah.
Oh, it's well known. I mean, there's two ways you can sketch when it comes to massive murals, and you got projection.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys use projectors, and then you got the grid scale.
Oh, dang.
And some of the like big artists like who are doing 18-story
Skyscrapers,
murals and stuff
yeah.
like that. I know they're using like projectors and they're using like the grid scale very effectively, like the way I use it. I would see people who did the grid scale. I never knew what it was though. Like there's a graffiti artist called Jex, and if people don't know about him or don't follow him, give him a follow. Jex, I think it's like Jex, JEKS_NC for North Carolina. Anyway, dude is super talented. But I've been following him for years, and he would do these like just swirls and hashtags and just a bunch of, he called it the Doodle Grid. And so he was using that the way I use it, because when you do a doodle, you don't have to project. You know what I'm saying? So when people project the image, they're just tracing what they projected onto the wall.
Okay.
When you do the Doodle Grid, it's because you're importing it into your phone or iPad or whatever, and you're just overlaying your image and then making it see-through.
Yeah.
So it's basically like connecting the dots at that point.
Okay.
So once you have it in there, I can go from, if I'm doing an eyeball or whatever, I can be like, oh, okay, I'm going from A to C and from C to D.
Okay.
And I'm just connecting stuff as I go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also a big thing with us that helps us move by fast too, because a lot of people who project, they can only do it at nighttime. So automatically
Right.
you're looking at a 2-day project right there, because you got to go one night and start projecting, and the next day you got to go out and paint.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, you guys can do it
us
whenever.
using the grid is just, it's really proven
Effective.
to be super effective.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
efficient, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's wild.
So I do share it with a lot of people who don't know exactly how to use it. I mean, even just going through the comments on some of our posts, someone will always say, "What are the letters for?"
Yeah.
They always ask that question. Oh, well, what's the letters for? Why do you do all that stuff on there first? You know.
Yeah.
And I'll explain. They're like, "Oh shit, okay, got you." You know.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, I was the same way. I was like, what is this? What is he doing? But that's cool because it is way more effective. Now that I know what it means, now that I understand it, it's like cool. I even saw you because I remember I went to your house and me and Danny were in your studio.
Yeah.
We saw you. He got video of you, I think, and I took some pictures and I got to see
Was that the Joker piece I think he filmed, or the Black Panther?
He
one?
did Joker and Black Panther, and
Yeah.
I was only there for the Black Panther. But
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, it's pretty dope. Do you ever heard of Cobra? I'm sure you have. Cobra, he's a graffiti muralist.
Name sounds familiar.
So I was in Chicago like my senior year of college, like 2019, in like February. It was so cold. It was dumb. But I went with a group of people and we went the week after they had that record like freeze, that record breaking cold. And I was like, why are we here? But it was still cool. But I saw this mural on the wall. I think it was BB King. And this dude Cobra, like you see like his tag in the corner, and Cobra does like vivid like colors. So he'll do like bright pinks, lime greens, bright yellows, and it's essentially like he did BB King, but like his face was like basically in squares of each different color.
Okay.
And his work is so detailed. I don't even understand how like such large murals can be that detailed. It doesn't make sense in my brain. But
the good thing is that and this is something that we go through with a lot of people who like want pieces from us, is that we try to explain that because it is primarily spray paint, to do a face 8 inches long versus a face that's 8 feet high, doing it bigger is actually easier.
Right.
But the I guess you could say like the intricacy of it, you know what I'm saying, like still being able to get that detail in it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But it's fun though. I mean, for me, like I like learning new ways and new techniques, or how I tilt the can a certain way, or sketch things. Just continuously practicing, man. A lot of these guys get really, really good with it, and their can control, which is a big thing with anybody who does graffiti work, is can control. And people like Jackson, like you said, like Cobra, like there's some insane artists out there.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how they do some of the shit they do with a can.
I'm gonna have to show you this guy because it's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. But yeah, bro, and then he does it on these buildings in like New York, these legit skyscrapers, 20 stories.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, one of my favorite artists that I follow is Tristan Eaton, and he's actually out in Deep Ellum right now.
Oh, wow.
Painting a mural, yeah. And I mean, if you following him on Instagram or give him a follow, and you can see on his stories, man, this wall is just massive.
Yeah.
It is massive, and just for them to, because he's got a team. I mean, but like just being able to put what he drew like digitally onto that massive wall. It's just,
crazy,
it's insane.
Yeah, man, it's so impressive. Do you guys? You guys have a bunch of different projects going on, right? Like, so you guys just opened up a container. Where is that at?
So the Container Store is over in Pflugerville.
Okay.
And it's just a graffiti store, and Snook runs all of it there. And it's just some place for artists to get their paint now.
That's cool, man.
Because a lot of places were running out, and Austin doesn't even have Austin has a big art scene and has a big graffiti scene, but as crazy as it sounds, there's no graffiti stores in sight. Like you got Jerry's Artorama.
Okay.
People can go there for spray paint, but as far as all of Austin, you probably just got the Vandals container.
Which is dope. So
Yeah.
y'all sell? What do y'all sell there? Just spray paint?
You got
That's it?
markers and spray paint, and
Sure, the lids and stuff.
then they got caps and stuff like that.
lids,
Yeah,
caps.
same thing.
Dang, man.
And then we just got a wall there, and we just go paint there every now and then.
That's cool,
Like me and
dude.
Snook just painted there over Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
We painted there, and that was fun. It's just me and him hanging out. We'll throw some music on, which is how most people do it. Just hanging out and
Yeah.
hanging out with your boy. And
Now, this may be a stretch, but would you say that this painting stuff has helped you with your PTSD at all?
oh, absolutely. The
Yeah.
only reason I got back into art was when I went through the mental health thing. From there, they just start putting you in contact with all these different programs, different people. And they got me into this one program that was, I want to say it was like 2-month program or whatever. I didn't have to stay there.
That's good.
But I just, we would drive there every single day from like 8 to like 2:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of different things in there. It felt like a fucking rehab center, but
Yeah.
they did have some good things there, and one of them was art therapy. And
Oh,
so
wow.
once I started getting back into the art therapy, I was like, man, like this shit just clears my head, like big time. And I mean, we've been places and painted, and sometimes people will just like offer you stuff like food or anything like that, and I won't even be hungry. Like it's just because I'm in the zone,
Yeah.
Like when me and Ricky go paint, if it's a long project, we'll take a quick lunch, but man, like we grind on those walls.
Yeah.
And so we definitely get busy, and we finish projects always fast.
That's good, and your work is always good. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank
What
you.
about that Butcher's crew, man? I saw that Daniel did a video for you guys. What's that?
So Butchers, like there's a lot of graffiti crews out there, and there's a lot of people who get together and they do like good, as we refer to as like productions and pieces and stuff like that. But Butcher's crew was just something that I had always been thinking about doing for a while, just putting together a very small collective. And so obviously, it was going to be Snook. Like me and Snook been rocking together for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everything from the Vandals container to like just painting together and hanging out together, going to Vegas together, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Tiki together. That's my dude. And so he was immediately just, there was no way I was going to do anything Butchers without him.
Yeah.
And then there's another close friend of ours, Chris. He goes by News 1213. And we've always hung out a lot too, and we've painted together multiple times. He's super talented.
Yeah.
And then there's another friend of ours, Defecto, and he's always doing piecing letters, always. And so that was the first 4. And that's what it's been at now since the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about I'm sure we'll get to the point where we want to add like some new people to the crew and stuff like that. But as far as butchers, man, it's just having some fun on projects that don't involve any sort of business behind it. It's just us cool. 4 getting together. And we just go paint for a while, and we'll put together a big wall. Like the last one we did was the Grinch wall.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was a fun day. And Daniel came out and filmed that one too.
Daniel was up there, yeah.
And then, but a couple of us always get together every now and then. Me and Snook, like I said, we just did the wall over at Vandals, and I know News and Defecto got together and they did a MF Doom tribute. You know, so the 4 of us still get out there and we're always doing different things.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Mm-hmm. One thing I admire about you and even your Instagram is that you're always like, you're trying to help everybody out that you can, especially the creative people. Like, I know you'll tag us every time and you'll like tell people to go to check out our page or stuff. So is there a reason you do that? Or just you've always been like that, kind of supportive, or like is there...
I've always been a supportive person, and I mean it doesn't just stop with like reposting somebody's thing. Mm-hmm. If there's a fundraiser. And if I'm in a position to donate some money, I'm going to donate money. If they're asking for clothes, whatever it is, I'll always try and do my part. But if I can't do my part, then I'm still going to share it. Yeah. You know, because I always tell people, like, even when I post like a piece or we post something that we're going to sell, you know, I'll tell people, hey, look, like, even if you don't plan on buying it, share it. Yeah, somebody else might want it.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And if you've got 4,000 followers and I got 4,000 followers, then that means 8,000 people are potentially going to see it now. Right. You know, so I feel that like as artists, and when I say artists, I don't mean like just graffiti, just painters. I'm talking like all of us who do something that's, you know, we're trying to get out there to people. Yeah. Man, networking is like, there's no better tool than that. Yeah. You know, like we've done so many things since we really like came on the scene, like in Austin, that a lot of other people have been there with us along the ride. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had people ask us to help them paint the mural, you know, so we'll go out there and we do it. Like, we just support people as much as we can. And I think if a lot more people did that, like, yeah, man, we wouldn't need all these different marketing tools and everything like that. Because I mean, let's say you know 6 of your closest friends and you combine your followers, you know, you could potentially be talking 25,000 and up people.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you share that with someone else, like that's all those people potentially being able to see that. Yeah. And so we've never had to do like marketing in any way because we have a good rapport with a lot of people. We have a lot of repeat clients, you know, so, and that word of mouth, it really does go a long, long way. Yeah. You know,
it's word of mouth is definitely way more impactful than anything you see like an ad or like because you get ads on, I'm sure you get ads on your Instagram all the time, and it's like it almost is to the point where it's like annoying. It's like you're trying to get it out of my face. But that word of mouth is a little more intimate, it's a little more personable, and it's
because you know who the source is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when people see like, you know, somebody else might post something of mine and be like, hey, look, the homie's selling off this piece or whatever. They could be a very trustworthy person. And people might know that about them.
That's true.
And I think a lot of people know that about us too. Like in any world, you're going to have the gossip world, you know, the chisme. But, and there's times that people have came to us and they might want to share some sort of gossip. And we just don't play along with it. Yeah. You know, we have a lot of close friends out there. And we have people that we don't get along with. But if you're going to bring me gossip about somebody I don't get along with, I really don't care to hear it. I mean, I'm going to listen to you, but it's not like I'm going to chime in with you and it's going to grow into this thing because if everybody just stays in their lane, everybody does what they got to do and just supports one another, then man, we're all going to be okay.
The world will be a better place, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So,
do you have a favorite type of mural you like to do? So like, do you like getting commission pieces where you have explicit directions, or do you like freestyling it?
No, every single mural has a process to it.
Okay.
And if it's for a business, then they're definitely going to tell us what they want, what they're looking for. It has gotten to the point now where people are people are giving us more of our freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we like to do a lot of like collaging things and stuff like that, instead of just like, if they say, oh, I want a little boy reading a book, it's not just going to be a little boy reading a book. It's going to have a bunch of shit going on, and that's how we like to do it, you know. So but when it comes to like our own style and things that like I personally like to paint, I definitely like painting like comic book stuff. I mean, Ricky always tells me, just do that, you know, like paint the comic book stuff. She loves it, you know, and I love it too, because it's something gruesome about it, and it allows me to get like some dope ass line work in there and stuff like that. And so we do that, and we do a lot of like the vintage stuff. We get into those kind of pieces, and that's always been a lot of fun. And so just collaging things and bringing it all together, you know, but also adding like that twist of graffiti. Like we do a lot of tagging in the background and some lettering things and stuff like that. But just putting it all together. Yeah. Just shitting all over the place.
So you did that table for Daniel. Yeah. And you like, it's so dope. You like layered it. You did some like, you put like LA huge. Yeah. And then you put something bigger over it where you could still see the LA in the back. Dude, that's so dope. Yeah. I'm going to need something for the studio, bro. I'm going to have to trade some work.
Yeah. For sure. I look at all these walls, man, and I'm like, man, they need something. Needs
man. Yeah. The only thing is we're just renting this place, so we can't spray on the walls.
Can't paint on it, yeah.
Put something on there, man. Like,
yeah, you could definitely
hang it up. What'd you say?
Panels, yeah.
Panels.
Yeah. Like just, you could even lean them up against the wall, too. Like, yeah, we paint a lot of panels.
What kind of panels is it?
So birchwood. We like to paint on birchwood. It's just like a 4x8 sheet of birchwood. I think in the beginning, we probably did like 2 or 3 things like on plywood. And then we quickly realized this shit is heavy. Yeah. Like that sheet of plywood is ridiculously heavy. And so a lot of people couldn't hang that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So birchwood, somebody put me onto birchwood. I forgot who it was. Maybe Eric Ross. And birchwood is super light. You know, it's about not a quarter inch thick, but about a half inch thick. And it's super light, real smooth. And so we're able to paint a lot of good projects on there. Yeah. And not worry about like transporting canvas, which tends to rip or tends to like bow in on some parts. So the birchwood thing is definitely
You ever paint on 2x4?
I think we've at this point, I don't know if there's much that we haven't painted on. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like people will ask us to paint a lot of different things, man. Like we've done patio furniture, like we've done end tables, you know. Wow. Old metal shelves that we actually have it in our house. Lockers.
The lockers are cool. Yeah. I saw the lockers.
Yeah, that's dope. It's just anything. The fold out tables. People love those. We had one girl who she's gotten more than one from us for herself, and then we did Daniel's. I've done a few of those tables actually.
Yeah, man. I need something for the wall, man. We'll have to talk about that maybe off camera or something. But what was I gonna say? Let's talk about your tattoos. You guys are both tatted up. When did you guys get, like? Obviously, you didn't get them at the same time, but like, did you get yours in the military, or did you get them after, or what's up with that?
No, so most of my stuff. I mean, at this point, there's nothing to count. Yeah. But most of my stuff I had. I guess at this point I'm 50-50. So about half my tattoos I had them while I was in the military. Yeah. And I've gotten over half since I've gotten out. So, but nothing below the wrist and nothing above the neck that I have in the military. Okay. Because you're really not allowed it. Yeah. And so when I got out from the military, I think the first thing I did was my hand. I did my right hand, and then I went straight to getting my neck done, and it just kept on adding on from there. Yeah. But I think I got my first tattoo when I was like 17, I think it was. Had some corny shit. Had my mom's name written or something like that. You know. Ricky got her first when she was like 5, I think.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the neck one?
It was my lip, actually.
Yeah. You really have your lip tatted? Yeah. Does it hurt?
No, not at all. I didn't even feel it, actually.
Dang, that's wild. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
She just said ow a couple of times. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, but getting tattooed is fun, man. We've got tattoos from all over the country. I mean,
that's cool.
Obviously, I was stationed in Cali, so I got some there. Obviously here, New York, Ricky's the same way. Ricky has more of a passion for like getting work done from like big artists that are
Okay.
super known for their styles and stuff like that. Where I've just met some kind of tattoo artists that I kind of like rock with them for a bit.
Yeah.
Like my boy out in Harker Heights, Danny Mac. He's done a lot of my tattoos now, and then you got Grito in Austin, who he's amazing at what he does.
Yeah.
Too. And
I'm gonna have to follow those guys.
yeah. If you're looking for some work, man, both of them are dope.
Yeah.
Good thing with Grito is he's very professional. He's young. He's 23 years old, but man, his talent is up there.
Yeah.
His talent is definitely he's gonna be a force if he keeps doing what he's doing and getting better and better. Yeah, he's gonna be world renowned.
That's dope, man.
Super clean work.
You guys have any projects coming up?
See, this Thursday we're going to paint over in San Antonio.
Okay.
Fun story. We don't brag like that. No, but it's cool. I had a client that had purchased 2 canvas pieces out in San Antonio for his barbershop, and it was of Kobe and Gigi.
Okay.
And so we delivered that around that same, maybe like a month later or something like that. So that guy kept following me, and I kept following him. And just recently he tagged me in this post. And the post said, "Hey, looking for a local artist, to do some work." And so then the person that he tagged me for was Luis Vasquez from the Denver Broncos.
Oh, wow.
And so we were like, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
whatever, bro." We didn't mean it like that. And so then I spoke with him, and then we set up a consult, and we went out to San Antonio and met with him. And he's opening up a Prime Wellness gym. It's called Prime Wellness. And it's just a gym, and it's just like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like the future of gyms, I guess you could say. Like it's got. He tried to put him and his wife, I think, are running it together, and they just tried putting as much as they can in there, and it's pretty dope. It's the way they have it set up is pretty nice. And so we're gonna go out there on Thursday, and we got some work to do for him there. And then Sunday we have an event in Austin, and it's actually for a church group. A lot of this work is going to be donated from artists, and so we're going out there and donating a mural.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
We're going to paint out there. They're supplying the paint and stuff like that, but we're going to go out there and just have some fun, paint on Sunday.
Yeah.
Then Monday, heading out to McAllen, Texas. Fun 5-hour drive.
Dang.
Yeah, paint out there. Then we get back from that, and we're in talks with a couple of different projects. We actually have one there in Round Rock. There's a gym too in Round Rock. Probably paint another mural over at Native Hostel for FC Austin.
Right.
See how that goes. Yeah, so that should be fun. And then we just keep going, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people always ask us about our availability, and it's an easy answer because we paint so fast. So
Yeah.
but things just keep moving.
Yeah.
The pieces never really slow down. So
No, man. You guys' artwork, like I said, speaks for itself.
appreciate it.
People love it. It's dope. I love it. It's
Thank
cool.
you.
All right, bro. Well, I don't want to take up any more of y'all's time, so I appreciate you coming in here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was dope. Let me tell people where they can reach you at, like on your social media or whatever or your website, all of it.
Yeah. So you can reach us at Laced and Found, exactly how it's spelled out.
I'll tag it.
Laced and Found on Instagram. Like I said, I don't do the Facebook
Yeah.
thing. We do have a website, and it's the same thing, www.lacedandfound.com. You can find us on Google with Laced and Found Graffiti Murals. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
just give us a follow. Have some fun looking at the artwork. Go find some of the murals. Take pictures in front of them.
Yeah.
Anything. And then just keep spreading it around.
Spreading the word. Yeah, man. Spread the love. Spread the love. These people deserve it. Y'all are dope, man. I appreciate y'all coming in.
Thank you.
This is cool, man.
Thank you.
All right. Well, best of luck, and thank you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.